All right, everybody. Welcome to the Disrespected Father Show. And we're wheeling it. We're hot wheeling it. I don't feel like setting up my my stream, so we're just gonna do it like this for a minute. Uh I've been watching this story very closely. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button. And that'll let you know when we do another video. So I'll get right into it. If you haven't been paying attention, there's a bill being passed, and I think Georgia is one of the first ones, if not the first, to put this bill on the table, and it's possibly going to be passed here shortly. Excuse me. It's called the Parent Accountability Bill. So, what that means is these kids that go to school harassing the teachers and putting their hands on the teachers and other staff members and other kids, the parents are going to have to be held accountable for that, for raising these kids or lack thereof, for raising these kids properly. So let's listen to a little bit and see what they're saying.
New bill being proposed in Georgia that can hold parents accountable if their children get out of line. Thanks to Google, I found this quick summary. The Georgia Parent Accountability Act is a proposed bill aimed at holding parents accountable for their child's actions, particularly in school. Parental responsibility. The act seeks to make parents or guardians legally responsible if their child assaults a teacher or other school staff members. Potential penalties. This could lead to penalties such as fines, mandatory community service, or even jail time for the parents. Reasoning. The proposal stems from concerns about the rising incidence of violence in schools and aims to deter student violence by involving parents in a disciplinary process. Honestly, after looking at that, I don't see too much of a problem with this at all. You had a lot of parents out here who just do the bare minimum to discipline and keep their kids in line, and it's a very big nuisance to other people who have to deal with their child acting up, and then you witness the parent not do shit about it. You also got a lot of parents that will just refuse to believe that their kids are the bad kids in school, and they think the teachers and the staff at that school are just making that shit up. They don't do anything about it, and the kid's going to take advantage of it, obviously, because no one, I mean, excuse me, the parents don't think they're bad. Everyone else says they are, and the parents not going to believe it, right? And they're just going to continue to do what they want to do. And it's going to give the teachers and staff at that school a living fucking hell. I'm all for this. Hell, I wish this was just a. I really wish this was a federal law instead of just the law in the state of Georgia. But we'll see how this goes. If things go well with it in the state of Georgia, who knows in the potential future, this could be a federal law where it holds parents accountable for doing horrible things to teachers in schools and just anything that would cause concern and for the safety of staff and other students at these schools. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Do you agree or disagree with this proposed bill? It has not passed yet, as far as I know. So it could pass. It looks like I think it might pass, but then again, there's a chance it might not. But let me know what y'all think. Like, share, and follow for more.
Well, it hasn't passed yet, and you heard what he said. It's not a federal law, which I think it should be, and I think stiffer stipulations need to be added on to that. Stiffer stipulations need to be added on to that because a small jail time, 30 days, 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, and a few fines ain't nothing. That doesn't scare these people. That don't scare these people. Your child disrespects or puts their hands on a teacher or an adult or another child out of malice and hate, parents, I think you deserve 3 to 5 years because, like this man said, you've been raising these people, these children, the bare minimum way. They've been getting away with the bare minimum of raising them. just put the roof over their head and then letting them act like wild animals. And I'm gonna say it because ain't nobody else gonna say it. You acting like wild damn animals. Let's go and look and see. Let's go and find another one. Let's go and find another one right quick.
Good morning, everyone. It's Dialogue with Danzala, your support services guru. I'm tuning in this morning to talk with you about the Parent Accountability Act. This act is proposed by the Georgia Federation of Teachers. So this act impacts parents of children who show and display violent behavior in the school setting. So this act is geared at protecting teachers and students from being attacked in the school setting. I'm going to read this directly from my Google search. I recommend that you guys go back at your own time and read up on this act to see how it impacts you. There are benefits along with this that I'll read as well, but I do want to hear from you about what you think. I've also read that it's controversial. I don't see the controversy in the act. I think it brings a benefit to everyone if it's passed with the benefits attached to it. So let me read directly. The Parent Accountability Act, specifically in Georgia, is a proposed piece of legislation that aims to hold parents accountable for their children's violent actions, particularly in schools. This bill, developed by the Georgia Federation of Teachers, proposes that parents could face consequences, including fines, community service, or even jail time if their child harms a teacher or another student. The caveat or benefits that I mentioned, the proposed bill also includes provisions for universal mental health screenings for middle schoolers, de-escalation training for staff, and parenting classes for parents of repeat offenders. Guys, please tune in and let me know what you think about this bill. Tell me your thoughts on the benefits and how it could be harmful for children and parents of children who have these concerns in the school setting. Thank you so much. Happy Monday.
Well, the way she put it, I don't agree with uh, it just being uh, targeted on just teachers. These kids go out after school and do stuff and bullies people and rob pizza men and break into people's houses. When they're under that age, when they're under 18, I honestly think it should be lower. When they're under 18 and they're out here committing crimes like home invasions and killing people, start holding these parents accountable. You did that, your mama finna suffer the consequences. Now, there are some good points to what she said. There are a couple of good points to what she said. We're going to go back and listen to it a little bit.
Talk to you later. Dialogue with Danzala.
Let's go back and listen to it a little bit.
So when the storm. Good morning, everyone. It's Dialogue with Danzala, your support services guru. I'm tuning in this morning to talk with you about the Parent Accountability Act. This act is proposed by the Georgia Federation of Teachers. So this act impacts parents of children who show and display violent behavior in the school setting. So this act is geared at protecting teachers and students from.
Why is it just geared at protecting teachers and students? This needs to be the way for everyday life. You, like I said, you break in somebody's home. If you break in somebody's home, you unalive them, or you unalive their baby. But put them put the mother in prison. I know they can't be there for everything. That's why you have a father. That's why you have a father. That's why you have an uncle. That's why you have a coach. But a lot of you mothers, and I'm not going to make it this about that, a lot of you mothers will go out of your way to not allow the father to be a part of it. I bet you will now. They start passing this law. I bet you will now. I look at it like this here, and get back to what she said. We won't play no more audio. I will look at it like this right here. If they keep getting in trouble, and the mother, who is probably a single mother and living by herself, the mother who's a single mother, continuously have to pay out fines. How she gonna pay rent? How she's gonna pay for school, pay for gas, pay for her bills? She's gonna be homeless. She's gonna be homeless. And then who is she gonna have to blame? At this point, no dude is going to pick you up with this. People are walking away from these situations. These men are walking away from these situations these days. I hope they make this a federal law, and it should have more stipulations. But this is a start. I think the first fine a child should get, I think the first fine should be $3,500 to $5,000. I promise you, if they make it to that, they make that the stipulation, they make that the fine, I promise you, ain't nobody else gonna get in trouble. Nobody else is getting in trouble out here, man. Nobody else is getting in trouble out here. If they do, they'll, I promise you, they'll switch it up and start. That's another story. We won't talk about it, but I think it's a okay start. But you got, when it comes to these disrespectful kids, you got to come out swinging and let them know that we're not playing no more. You got to come out swinging. You got to come out swinging. You got to come out swinging for the knockout on the first punch. What if your child intentionally home invades somebody and kills them? What should be the punishment for the parent? What should be the punishment for the parent? Help me understand. Because you know a lot of these prosecutors are going to ask for life. So I'm asking you stupid kids that are out here committing crimes, do you want your parents or you want your mama to go to prison for life because of something you did? And they added mental health evaluations. What are mental health evaluations going to do? Is my question. What are the mental health evaluations going to do? When I think more than majority of these kids that were born after 82 need to be in an insane asylum. I really do. But these kids that were born after 82 need to be in an insane asylum. Just the stupidity part. It's the stupidity part for me. Excuse me. I hope this goes federal, and I hope that this goes to every state. I mean, I'm impressed, but I'm not fully impressed. You have to Michael Jordan impress me. You have to Secretariat impress me. That's what you have to do to me. You have to wow me. And for those of you who don't know who Secretariat is, my favorite athlete, which is actually a horse. Let me read some of these comments. So, are you with the parents being, what is that? So you cool with the parents going to jail or prison for something their child did? Yes, I am, and I've said this during the segment of the show. Uh, you're you've done everything you could to keep, if the child has a good father or a good father figure, you've done everything you could to keep the child away from somebody that could have showed him the ropes. Or shown him a better way. There's there's coaches. There are plenty of coaches. There's plenty of programs you have could have put this kid in, but you only think about yourself. So to answer your question, yeah, and I hope they give you a lot of time. I hope they give them a lot of time. What if the other kids in the household go? What if the other kids in the household suffer because of another child goes out and does something? It's it's a. I thought raising a family was a village. That's what I thought. So now all of a sudden, it ain't it ain't a village. All of a sudden, it ain't a village no more. Ain't you your brother's keeper? Ain't that's what the saying says? Ain't you your brother's keeper? Let's stop with the stupid stuff, man. Let's stop with the stupidity. If if somebody else, put it this way, if somebody else is taking food out of your mouth, taking food out of your household, cutting off the head of the household. I won't say head of snake because I don't like snake. If somebody is vice gripping your resources, what are you going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that by itself. I'm going to leave that person by itself, and cut them off. Now I promise you, you'll go grab their father. You'll go grab their uncle. Now I promise you, you'll do that. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and end it. This has been the Disrespected Father Show, and thank y'all for tuning in.